Hello, my name is John Brusk, and I am a data scientist and behavioral health researcher contracted with the eHealth Innovations Group in the School of Interdisciplinary Health Programs at Western Michigan University. I also build and lead data science teams working to improve and scale software for healthcare applications. I enjoyed the privilege of working with Dr. Bob Bensley and WIC Health for nearly 20 years now, and I'm happy to present this poster to you today. For those of you unfamiliar, wicchealth.org is an online educational tool with numerous lessons for pregnant and breastfeeding women, as well as parents of caregivers of infants and children. Lessons are available for both English and Spanish-speaking participants, enabling them to complete learning objectives on their own time, anywhere, on any device that they can access the internet. Nearly a year ago, at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, all WIC partner states and agencies sought and were granted participant waivers to the USDA physical presence requirements for their clients. On March 22, 2020, wicchealth.org recorded its very first user inquiry about COVID-19 and specifically what to do about scheduled upcoming in-office visits given the emerging pandemic. As we wanted to understand user concerns about COVID-19 that we should potentially address or integrate into our lesson content, as well as the fact that such concerns among US residents that rely on supplemental government programs had not yet been published, we decided to get to work and collect some data. On April 1st, 2020, we added a new open-ended item to the exit survey that users complete at the conclusion of each lesson. This item asked users whether they had any concerns or questions specific to COVID-19. In just 3 months from April 2020 to June 30, 2020, nearly 82,000 English responses to the new open-ended COVID-19 related exit survey item were collected. Summarizing these comments in a manual manner would have been a Herculean task. Topic modeling is one approach to statistically identify the most important themes in text documents. One specific method used is called non-negative matrix factorization, or NMF. In order to use this method, all text must first be converted into features by turning it into numbers. TF-IDF, or term frequency inverse document frequency, is the metric used by NMF to replace the text with a numerical measure. This measure also has additional meaning by indicating the extent to which a particular word is distinctive in defining the most important themes across many text documents, or in this case, user comments. 2 NMF passes were made as described in the poster, with the first intended to classify all user comments as positive or negative for any user concern related to COVID-19. The second only included negative comments and was intended to map to a larger number of themes as presented in the poster. Briefly, I just want to show you how easy it is to perform this analysis on your own data using very few lines of code. If you already have Python 3 installed, you could run this code immediately. Let me quickly switch from the poster to show you my Jupyter notebook with the code used to run this analysis. Simply by loading a couple of libraries and the data set, you can see the data that we analyzed for this investigation. Roughly 82,000 comments, a short tail sample of the data set, the TF-IDF vectorizer from the scikit-learn library, a couple lines of code to do that. You create a document matrix, which we can use to fit a model. This model was created to generate the 5 different themes, and this code was used to print out and show examples of those topics by displaying the top 10 words that are most important to those themes. You can also run very short amount of code to add a new field to your data set that you originally loaded to add how you can classify each of those comments with the topics that you've just generated. And then here's a short distribution to show you, a large portion with no concern and many different concerns that we later grouped into more granular themes. And then easy to also save that to a CSV file for later analysis. And as we can see from the top themes that we got from the later analysis, staying safe and healthy at home was the primary concern of most WIC Health users, with grocery store visits following up as a second. And really overall, most WIC users did indicate that they had a particular concern related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Ensuring adequate preparedness with respect to concerns identified here could improve the adequacy and timeliness of emergency response resources that are generated and utilized by online health education platforms in the future. I also hope that you enjoy trying out this technique on your own. Thank you.